This video is for the parents who run their own business. I've literally got milk spillage from Sienna, my 6-month-old, on my top. And I've realized that when I speak to parents who run their own business, online fitness coaches that have kids, there's often this feeling between wanting to be present for their kids, but also wanting to take over the world to give their kids the life that maybe they had or maybe they never had. And I've experienced this a lot recently, especially in the last 6 months. Sienna was born in June. Ollie is now 4.5. And I find myself constantly conflicted between wanting to be present for the kids, but then also wanting to grind and push and work on my business. And it's tough and it's difficult. And I don't even know if there's a right answer to this, but the way that I at least approach this after being in business for 17 years as a coach, I've been self-employed for 16 years now. And the way I approach it is I think about in the times that I should be present with my kids, I try my very best to do so. I put my phone to one side. I have a work phone for that reason. I can leave that phone in another room. I now have an office. I leave, my laptop. I try and leave my laptop in the office. And I try and break free from those previous mistakes of always working, always hustling, always grinding. On the flip side of that, when I am working, I try my very best to now come into the office. And even before I had an office, I might go work from the gym or a coffee shop or out of sight or in the other room. And it's about finding a balance. And I know this word balance gets thrown around a lot, and it's easier said than done. But one thing I'd say to consider when it comes to balance is thinking about the fact that everything in your life has its limitations, its downsides. Not everything is going to be perfect all the time. Starting your business sounds great, more flexibility, more freedom, more time. But leaving that 9-to-5 job or quitting the gym floor means that whereas before when you used to shut the door on the gym or leave your job, the job was done. Things pop up 24/7 in an online business. Messages late at night, messages early morning, messages on the weekend, emails that can completely throw you off course. You know how it goes if someone wants a refund, if someone wants to leave, if someone doesn't want to renew, one of your best clients doesn't want to stay. It's a tough gig. But on the other side of that is the ability to work your own schedule, start when you want, finish when you want, create that freedom, create that flexibility. So my kind of parting message to you is don't be so hard on yourself. Your kids are only going to be small and little for a short amount of time. I think it's crazy that Ollie's almost 5. That time's gone really quickly. I definitely will approach things differently with Sienna. I might address this on a different video. But something for you to consider is that you've got the rest of your life, decades, to build your business. But that doesn't mean that you have to slow down now. It just means you have to be super present when you're with your kids and super present when you're in the business. And that's that ability to switch tasks. Some things that help me are changing location, changing outfit, environment. Like I said, only working from certain rooms of the house, only taking calls in certain locations, recording content outside of the house if you need room to breathe. And the final thoughts are this. You're going to want to do everything tomorrow. You're going to want to have to achieve everything like in the next few days. And especially at the time of recording this in January 2026, you've got to remember that the way to win the year isn't by setting these grand visions for 2026. It's about how do I show up every single day and what the compound effect of that is, and in that how that then translates into the business over time. The most successful entrepreneurs I know are the ones who have been willing to just do the boring stuff consistently every day for years. And I want that for you too. So if you've taken this insight as a parent or maybe a future parent, drop a like, leave a comment below, let me know your thoughts, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.